Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. It's very, very nice to welcome you all today at the WEBA live workshop from London. So in a couple of minutes, in the next 5 minutes, we will be in London live. At the moment, we are here online with agents from around the world. I can see that 77 agents join us at the moment. So we are reaching quite about 80 agents from 37 different countries. And I can see that many more are joining us at the moment. Thank you very much for all of you that join this great workshop today. It's the first hybrid workshop that we run after the COVID. So it will be very, very interesting how everything will go, because we have to workshop one in London, which is live and will start in the next 2 minutes. And this one online. So we will have a presentation from the United Kingdom, logically from university. So it will be kind if everyone remain on the mute modality, so that I don't need to put you on mute modality. Very, very important, remain on mute modality. This is very important, so this can help me to run the workshop online. I'm here with my staff. I have my great team who support me on the backside. So thank you very much to my team always for the big help. I can see that more and more agents are joining us. So the first thing, which is very important, just remain on mute modality. This is the first step in order to run this workshop. So I just introduce myself first a little bit, and I will share my screen. I will share first my screen with my website. So for some of you maybe who are not aware about WEBA so far, we are an event organizer. We are organizing many events around the world since 33 years. And you will visit our website, WEBA World. We have virtual events which are running all the time. So we welcome many agents like yours who join our workshop. Today we are in this specific workshop for London, but we have many, many more workshops running. We have a very important one on the 8th of December. We have a Swiss workshop, and later on today we will have as well a presentation from a Swiss school and a Swiss hotel schools, because on the 8th of December will this specific focus on Switzerland. And then we have more workshops coming up as well, another one on the 9th of December with another group of universities from the UK, etc. If you go on WEBA World, you will find on virtual workshop all our events. Then we have as well our real events, which are the one we have today in London. So shortly, my colleague from London will come on board. So when Bajinder is ready, he will come on board and he will say hello from London, and we will start with the introduction of the workshop in London. I want to see if my first guest is available here today, Sarah Fazin from Xenophon College London. If you are available, please come online.
Hi, Richard. Very nice to see you. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Well, you just said good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. So I'll just repeat that myself from freezing cold London. So I hope Bajinder is getting warmer wherever he is now. But yes, thank you so much for joining us today.
This morning at 6 o'clock, I had a fantastic walk here in Switzerland, where I'm based, and was a lot of snow. I went on top of the hill, and I really enjoy 1 hour walking in the snow just to start fresh this week. So because it's winter time now for us in Europe, so lucky all the people are coming from Asia, which now they will start maybe the summertime. So in the meantime that I speak to you, I can see that more and more agents are joining us. So fantastic. We are quite reaching 100 agents online. This is very, very interesting. We have quite a long program today. I can see as well some agents that I know since many, many years join us today. One of my colleagues from Germany, Detlef. Hello, Detlef. How are you today? I can see that you are live from Germany. I hope everything is well with you.
Yes. Thank you, Richard. How are you?
Good.
Wish you success for the meeting. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
So we have agents here from all around the world. We have agents from Asia, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, India, Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and for everywhere online. And I can see as well that we have agents from Russia, Ukraine, Europe in general, Germany, like I said that before, France, Spain. And we have as well live agents directly based in London. Bajinder, I can see that he started to come inside. Bajinder, are you available?
Very good morning, Richard. Yes, I need to use two ways of doing. Yes, we are having quite a good number, and I can see almost 84 agents from worldwide. They are joining us, and this is going to be the first hybrid WEBA World Workshop with in-house in London and global from Switzerland controlling headquarters. Thank you, Richard, to making this happen. And I think more like this WEBA World Workshops will be more useful because you have been traveling throughout the world for last 30 years. Now we both are above 50. It's time to have a reserve seat and control the things from where you are. And it's going to be a very good formula. And I welcome everyone. I can see very nice faces around the world. Nice to see Detlef, Sarah, Mauro, and I mean, I can't name everyone else, but it's really very nice to see. And I'm having around the globe people here as well. David Street is already here with his wonderful speech. We'll be waiting for him. And I look forward for this first hybrid workshop. Well done, Richard.
Thank you very much. So I want to speak to the agents in London. I want to speak to the agents in London, and I want to say welcome. It will be great if we can see the people there in London sitting down at the Hilton Hotel directly. It's my pleasure that you came all the way to London. I know in the last couple of days there was a lot of problem because of the COVID, and there was some regulation, some new regulation for entry in London, in the United Kingdom, as well to go back in the home country, like it happened to me, because I was planned to go to London, but the Swiss government told me if I go back to Switzerland, I have to be 10 days in quarantine. So this was a big problem for me. And I presume that many of you had this problem as well. So Bajinder, it will be great to see the people, the audience there in London. If you can maybe change and the computer that so we can see some of the people there. And if it's possible now, if not, we start with Sarah presentation.
Yes, give me 1 minute. Let me try if I can do something for you. Just give me 1 minute.
Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here live from, he's in London, I'm in Switzerland, and we will start with the first presentation from Sarah. And fantastic, this is very, very nice.
Hi, Natalia, how are you?
Start coming.
Everyone is watching. Natalia has come from Portugal, right?
It's good to be back. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you to
Amanat Ali from London.
Amanat Ali and Jum, he has been quite so with most of the workshops he has been. Thank you, welcome. Sorry, you are from?
Shikha, I'm from India.
From India. So you're traveling from India?
Yes.
No hurdles regarding COVID? Which part of India?
Gujarat.
Gujarat. Welcome, Gujarat. And yourself, sir?
I'm from Sachin, same company.
Same company. Sachin from Gujarat.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Faisal. I'm based in London.
Faisal from London. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Leo from Bangladesh.
Leo from Bangladesh with us.
Hello.
Yes, young man.
I'm Ramit from Pakistan, Faisalabad.
So you're traveling from Pakistan?
I flew here yesterday.
Oh, so you just came yesterday. All is good in Faisalabad? Hope to have a lovely workshop with you. Yes, sir.
Imran from United States, Pakistan.
From which city?
Pakistan. Lahore, Pakistan.
Lahore.
Pakistan.
Sat Sri Akal to Lahore. Walaikum Assalam. So yourself from? Okay, one more gentleman from Lahore, Pakistan. People say in Punjabi, "Jine Lahore nahi dekhiya, oh jammiya hi nahi." I mean, one who has not seen the Lahore, he's not yet born. So this is something. So we got having amazing people from around the world. Of course, I will introduce David as well at later stage. Please carry on, Richard.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now we start with the first presentation. Sarah, you
Hi.
has to put down the
the microphone. Okay, I think Bajinder needs to deal without the microphone for today.
Exactly.
Okay. Can I, Richard, can you be so kind to let me share the screen so we can have
screen now? Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
In the meantime, we are reaching 90 agents here online and about 20 physically in London. So we are quite reaching over 100 agents. This is excellent.
Fantastic.
Sarah.
Okay, so I will be talking to you about Xenophon College London, also known as XCL, which is a new higher education provider in London with two beautiful campuses. One is in central London near the British Museum, and the other one is in countryside Kent. Why? Which is still very commutable from London. Now, why XCL? Well, first of all, we are part of what is known as the Nicola Cusano International Group. What does that mean? So we come from a proper Italian university that was built in 2006 that has graduated around 100,000 students already. And at the moment, I have enrolled 43,000 students. This is a state university, as Richard likes to call them. So it's a state university in central Rome that has decided to expand the business in the UK, London, where we are, but also in Paris and Madrid. So we have additional centers in Europe that our students can potentially reach. Now, from this very brief introduction of Nicola Cusano University, just because I'm sure that Richard will like to then tap into that. So I will sort of present a couple of important facts before. So as we said, we have graduated around 100,000 students. We usually in Italy have 6 areas or 6 subjects: law, economics, political science, education, psychology, and engineering. We are very, very proud of our engineering faculty, especially because it was ranked 6th among all Italian universities, and it's kind of a big deal with a smaller state university like ours. The campus is in Rome. It's been recently upgraded and has everything you can think of from an American campus. The modes of delivery are the same as we present here for XCL, so online, face-to-face, or hybrid. So we will tap into that in a moment. But ideally, is a very great place to stay, and students are very, very much happy to be in one of our companies. Now, for XCL, we have all our, what we have at the moment is 4 programs in global management and business around these areas, and 2 for psychology. The first one is a BSc in Global Management and International Business with an integrated foundation year. That means that should your students not have the minimum entry requirements, we can accommodate them into a foundation program that will lead straight away after successful completion into our bachelor. Should they have issues with the English language, which is one of the most problematic areas for international students trying to reach a UK university, we can offer them also pre-sessional English courses, and they are tailor-made for them. And then after that, we will assess them again and put them inside one of our courses if everything else is all right. We also have what we call, that's the flagship program, a digital MBA. This MBA is very much one of a kind in the world because it brings together the tradition from an MBA and everything that is digital. So rather than studying marketing, for example, all the students will study digital marketing and all the applications. So it's very job oriented, and it should provide them with a very good choices of jobs after studying with us. Now, In 2022, what we will have from September, so in 7-8 months, we will have also applied computer science, both the bachelor and the master, a master in big data and technologies for manager, a master in green economy, sustainability and climate change management, a BA in international political economy, as well as an MA in that, and then much more programs related to gaming, digital art, fashion and design. So we are expanding our portfolio so that your students can actually choose very high, I would say, very top-notch courses in the most sought after programs. All our courses are validated by the University of Chichester. Now, what does that mean? The University of Chichester has been ranked 21st, Richard, that's in news. The latest you've heard, it was ranked 30th in the UK, but it's now 21st among UK universities, according to The Guardian, and among the top 25 for student satisfaction, which is a great achievement. So what happens is the students that enroll with XEL will automatically also enroll with the University of Chichester, from which, should they be successful in what they study, will then receive a degree from such university. So in a certain sense, the students studying with XEL will have the opportunity to have both words, so a tailor-made I would say, learning experience with XEL, with our personal tutors, with our facilities, with our resources such as digital libraries. But on top of it, they would also have access to University of Chichester resources, such as a proper University of Chichester email address, should they wish to go and see Chichester campus and, I don't know, their libraries or any other sort of facilities, they will receive an ID card that will allow them to do so.
I have a question.
Yes,
go for it. Important questions. As you know, sometimes I will come to you. In the meantime, I'm pleased to inform you that we reach now 100 agents from 37 different countries online. So we have 100 agents online at the moment, plus all the agents who are physically in London. The question is the following. So when the students apply at Xenophon College London, they will receive an email as well from the University of Chichester.
Yes, absolutely correct, Richard. As I was saying before, it happens, they are enrolled in both universities, and on top of the email address from the University of Chichester, they will also receive access to their platform on top of ours, okay, and the resources, so the libraries, the digital library. But if they want to, and they come and visit us here in the UK, they have also the opportunity to get an ID card, so they can physically go to the University of Chichester as proper students.
Excellent, excellent. And the degree, in the end, they will receive a degree from Chichester University with the logo from Chichester, and it will not be written that is online or distance learning. Can you please specify this? This is very important. Yes. So that everyone understands this.
Yes. So the certificate, the one that every proud parent or every proud student would like to hang in their office, will say something around Mr. or Miss, the name, have successfully achieved whichever bachelor or master they've done, delivered by XEL and awarded by the University of Chichester. The only mention of the distance learning mode will be in the academic transcript, not in the certificate itself. So it won't be visible when you apply for jobs.
This is very important response. One very question that I get on chat, as you know, many people can ask me questions. Do you have like the link, the website, Winchester, where we can see exactly that Xenophon College London is a partner of Winchester.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure that my colleague Mauro is somewhere in there and can actually type that in. Mauro, please, if you can do me that favor to type in the link, that would be fantastic. So you all have it in the actual chat. But yes, it's very busy, and it's properly. Okay, it's properly in one.
Want to remain on the mute modality. It's very important. We are reaching now 101 agents from around the world, and we are reaching more than 130 soon. So it's very important to remain on mute modality. If not, there will be too much noise during this workshop. Please, Sarah, continue. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, not a problem, Richard. So yes, it's very much a public knowledge. So within the University of Winchester's website under academic partnership, there's a link where our name is very much written and which programs we have validated with them and the length of the duration of the validation agreement. So everything as we are offering them now will be valid up until 2026 as a minimum, and then it will progress after that.
Another very important point, because I start to getting different chat from the agents, is this is not only an online program, ladies and gentlemen. It is possible as well to go to London and to do the master program in London. Absolutely, they can do the English program, and they can do the foundation program in London. So this is possible from April 2022 to go to London for 11 months. So all these details now, Sarah will explain a little bit more in details.
Yes, I'll try and be as precise as I can, because with visas, there's always problematic matters. So, so the first thing that we can say is very much depends on the COVID situation. As you've seen during the recent weekend, we were all sweating to try to understand what would happen in the UK. For example, as it stands now, from 4 a.m. next morning, so Tuesday morning, everyone that enters the UK needs to self-isolate.
Exactly.
Until they wait at least for a negative PCR test. That wasn't in place up until Saturday afternoon. So as you can see, it's very, very difficult to predict what the situation would be with new variants, with Christmas time, all the winter problems. So we don't know what would that happen. That said, at the moment, we cannot provide visas, the very long-term student visas, the one that replaced the Tier 4, because in order to do that, we have to wait a positive response from the UK governmental validator called the Office for Students. What we can offer is a 6-month visa to study regularly our courses. So let's say, for example, you want to come for a master, you do the first 3 months online, 6 months you come and visit us, and then it's just the time for you to wait on the results of your dissertation. So I would say 2/3 of the programs are in actually the UK. And if you have problems with the English, you would like to do an English program before, you can come and stay up to 11 months to study the English program. Now, that said, we will hope to have the longer term visa in the next, for I would say 2022, to be hopeful, but it will really depend on student status. So whoever presents the visas, it will not depend on us if they are rejected or not. So that is another issue that is worth mentioning. The good thing about that is we also offer what we call an international semester. What would that be? So let's say, for example, your students doesn't want to study online. They want to go outside their home country. They want to see what the world is like. They want to learn new cultures. They want to see new stuff. So what we can do is 6 months in London and the remaining 6 months either in Paris or Rome or Madrid. So it will be what we call a sort of abroad system where the situation is the student will still study, sort of away from home, but not necessarily all the time in the UK.
Sarah, I have to come back to you about this. I know you are an academic.
Yes.
You go always in detail of the academic, but we want to do business here.
I know.
That's why we are here today. And I have many people here that they are looking into Xenophon College London to become an IT center.
Yes.
And to make a long story short, everyone who has a location in the home country, as an example, you know, the meeting we had with Azerbaijan last week, etc. So we have many agents who have their own center, language school, business school, study center in the home country. So if they're interested, if they want to do an agreement with Xenophon College London and offer the degree from the University of Winchester, they have the possibility now, since 2021, to have an agreement with Xenophon College London and offer the degree of Chichester. So they can offer the bachelor program and the master program. Is this correct, Sarah?
Yes, it's correct. How it works is very simple. So we do all the work. You just put your space and computers or anything that could actually help the students. One of the main issues is internet connectivity, especially in certain areas of the world. So you have your space, and we deliver online through our platform all the lessons. We have around 15 hours per module per week that are timetabled. You offer them some I would say some tech help should they need to. If you want to sort of, these students have had some kind of issue, they didn't want to say it out loud, and then you revert it back to us. But it's a very simple way of doing business. You just open up the doors of your center, and we sort of snack in through our platform.
Excellent. Another point is many agents ask me if they can have an agent's agreement. Yes, it's possible. If you go on the chat system, I put already the agreement from Xenophon College London, the agent's agreement. So you can sign this and you can send this back by email. And you will find as well a second agreement from WEBA, but I will discuss this after the presentation from the University of Winchester. Because it is very important, we are now working with Xenophon College London with the possibility that they can start online with Xenophon College London with the first year of bachelor or the foundation, and then after switch to the University of Winchester. So we are still working on this and see how this will progress. David Street will come back to us later on in the next minute and explain us a bit more about this possibility. Please, Sarah.
Yes, so I would say that just to make it brief and short and sweet for everyone. So we have a variety of modes of delivery. So the basic one, face-to-face, you come and see us in the UK. If you have any UK-based interested student, please send them along, because our campuses, at least the one in London, will be open for business should they want to come and study in face-to-face. Then we have what we call the hybrid mode, which is half online, half with a 6 months visa in the UK, and what we call the hybrid pro, which on top of everything else will provide also 2 language courses for free. One of these can be English, the other one can be whatever they like to study, to just give them a kickstart at their career. And then we have what we call the distance learning and the distance learning pro. So distance learning, everything is done remotely on the computer, and distance learning pro, they still have 2 languages up for free. This variety of stuff, it seems a lot, but it's very easy to remember, and you can have a look at our website. Everything is really detailed in there, including fees and everything else. Now, at this point of time, I'm assuming, Richard, everyone wants to know about commissions, right?
Oh, yes, definitely. But before to go on this part of the commission, Sarah,
yes,
to talk about a lecture, I have a request from Helen by chat, and she asked me if you offer lecture in live mode of delivery.
Yes, absolutely. All our lectures, regardless of the modes of study, whether they are in our classroom or if they are home or if they are in the office or at the gym, we don't care. We offer them all live, which means they have a timetable with classes starting from around 9 a.m. UK time up to 5 p.m. UK time. Some of them are not compulsory. Let's say, for example, contact hours. If you don't have anything to ask to the teacher or to the personal tutor, you can just skip it. But we are always live. Everything is recorded then with subtitles. This is very important to us because we don't want anyone with learning disabilities or they're not very sure about their English to feel a sort of stopped or they cannot make it and they cannot progress into their studies. So we record them, put them in our BLE, and everything can be downloaded, including the notes from the lesson. So you will find that all the subtitles are there. You might not even need to take notes during the lessons. It's just a very easy click. There are around 15 hours per module per week, which makes it roughly 30 hours per week. Our courses are 6 weeks long, and you have never more than 2 modules at the same time. So that allows you to actually do the coursework and listening in to just 2 topics and provide more clarity on what has been taught rather than having 4 at the same time. No final exams. So there's no need for anyone to panic that they need to go somewhere from a very remote place to one of the centers or even to the UK. So everything can be submitted online, usually around week 3 and week 6 of the program. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, Sarah,
yes.
Now people start to ask me about the price, about the scholarship, about the commission. I think I can help you on this because
yes, please. Go ahead.
Yes, I think it's very important because we have so different type of program inside of Xenophon College London. Students will be able to start online. So we have 2 ways to consider this. One is if is an individual student, so you as an agent, you can register 1 individual student and this is fine. There is absolutely not a problem. They're more than welcome to study at Xenophon College London. Now they still have this COVID scholarship. The COVID scholarship is still available, which I think is very important for you to know for the online students. So they're still getting now the 30% scholarship on the tuition fee. The tuition fee is always available on the website, which I think I will share my screen for a second.
Yeah, I was trying to get it sneakily while you were doing your stuff.
No problem. If you go on the courses from Xenophon College London, as you can see, this is the website, and I will copy the website and I will put a copy of the website on the chat system for everyone. So you are free to have a look as well on your own. So when you are on the website, you will go on course and let's presume you open business and management. You will come here, you will find all the information. You will find the fees as well here. So the fees are directly here indicated on the website. You just need to scroll down a little bit, click fees. You scroll down. As you can see, we have face-to-face, distance learning, language pro, hybrid language pro. Let me explain a little bit what is the difference between one and the other. And I think this is very important. Now, we are still in the COVID situation. We can see that everything is not going so as we was hoping with the COVID. So we still have to work on with your own students on distance learning. You have an individual students who want to do the course for the bachelor program. In this case, will be directly 8,000 pounds. This is the fee, and it includes as well the English program. So the English program, and it's called Bachelor Pro. Call it 8,000 pounds. On this online, your student will receive a scholarship of 30%. And you will receive a commission of 20%. Now, this is if you send 1 student. Logically, if you send more than one student, then after we can send you the list of the commission. If you send 3 students, 5, 10 students. Anyway, after the workshop is finished, we will send to everyone an email, and we will send all the detail about the price, about the commission. So you don't need to type down anything now. We have this everything by email, and we will send this to you so you can have a look. The point is, if you have a study center in your home country and you want to offer this to your students, so in this case, you have 20 students, 50 students, 200 students. So if this is the case, logically, the price will not be 8,000. We will work out a little bit a price which can be affordable for you students. I got a request, it was on Sunday from Pakistan. I got a request last week with Sarah from Azerbaijan. We got another request as well from Taiwan. So we have different requests that we are follow up now. Even from Switzerland, we have a request. So we need to see a little bit in basis on the number of students you will be able to enroll in 2022. Basis on that, we can make a calculation and tell you how much is the fee that you have to pay for the students. But if you want to have one individual booking, you will find all the details here on the website. Maybe Sarah, if you want to add something on this, it will be great.
Yes, so we actually have discussed before the difference between the modes. Wherever you see Pro, it's because we are offering up to 2 language courses for free. It could be in person or it could be online. It doesn't really matter. They will still get 2 for free. We have also made some amendments on the actual website. So Richard, that we have the web page that is called Tuition Fees, where everything is written, should be written very clearly, and you could find it there. And I would say that is quite self-explanatory. The good thing about it is that we are flexible. That's what we stand for, both in terms of students and both also in terms of working with agents. So even if you think you have 1 or half a student that might be interested and you would like to understand a little bit more about it, just please be in contact with Richard, and Richard will pass along your request to us, and we will try and work out a way to do it. I think that's the best that we can do. As you can see that. Perfect that you're stopping there, Richard. We have a master program in Europe, what we called the full abroad master, where we go 6 months in the UK or 6 months and 6 months then in Madrid or Paris. This is or at least should be a very popular program because everyone gets the best of it. So the UK plus the European city. We're also working on double degrees programs. So I don't know if you wanted to share this news right away, Richard, or if you preferred to wait a moment, whatever your idea is. But we are also working with international partners to bring double degrees, so your students can get a UK degree plus a degree from Europe or from the US or from wherever, where sort of in a very compressed amount of time. Let's say, for example, you need 5 years to get an Italian and European degree, a full cycle. With us, it will be, you will get in 4 years the UK degree, plus you add an year and you get also an interesting system at the master, 2 years, both a UK degree and an Italian degree on top of it, which will open doors also for the European market.
For all the new agents who just joined us in the last 10 minutes, we are here with Xenophon College London and Mrs. Sarah Fazin, which is the Dean of the Academic Program. And Xenophon College London is a college based in London, which offers the degree validated by the University of Chichester. So for all the agents who just joined us, we are now here with the presentation, with the first presentation at WEBA workshop in London. And at the moment we have 106 agents from, let me see, 39 different countries. So fantastic. Plus we have our agents directly from in London, based in London at the Heston Heights Hotel, live with my colleague Bajinder. How is everything, Bajinder, over there? I just steal you for 1 minute if you can hear me.
Yes, thank you, Sarah, for your wonderful presentation so far, and it's a very good experience. I think everyone in the house they're also feeling this experience on a hybrid. I would say the first kind of hybrid workshop by any organization as far as after this pandemic. And again, I congratulate you and everyone who is here in-house with me and online with you, more than 100 agents. Very nice environment. Please go ahead, Richard.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can prepare David Street with a presentation who will start in about 10 minutes. And then in the meantime, I continue with Sarah. And I want to see if the COO from Xenophon College London, Mr. Mauro Ciccolini, is available here today with us. If he's available, please join us. So
Good morning, Richard. I'm here.
Hello, Mauro. How are you?
Very well.
So we say like this one, Xenophon College London is a spin-off from the University of Cusano in Italy, which
yes, we are
based at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you a little bit about, and I want to share my screen a second, if it's okay for you, Sarah. I want to share a little bit the University of Cusano in Italy, which is a university with about 30,000 students at the moment.
More, 43,000 at the moment while we're speaking.
Sorry. So with about 40,000 students, and they have the program in English as well. So let's see a little bit about the university. I just find some photos. Let me see here to go to the main page so that Mauro will be available to give a short introduction about this, because besides to go with Xenophon College London, students are able as well, starting from April 2022, to go to Roma in Italy.
Yes.
Exactly, they can do the bachelor, the 4-year bachelor program, and they will be able to do the dual degree with Xenophon College London and the University of Cusano. I mean, this is an excellent opportunity for people who want to go to Europe, because we must to understand that the UK is a great country to study, but as well Italy has his fantastic location, and Rome is the city to go in Europe, is a good alternative to the United Kingdom. As you said, they have more than 40,000 students, and this is excellent. So the students will be able to do the bachelor program directly, physically in Rome, Italy, for the 4-year bachelor. How this concept is working, Mauro? Maybe if you can just give me a short introduction, 2 minutes, how this is working with the University of Cusano and Xenophon College London. Will be the program in English?
Yes, of course. Thank you for about this question, Richard, because this is a project we care a lot about it. I mean, we are unveiling what we will officially launch by the next weeks: double degree Italy, Unicusano, and UK, Winchester University. How will it work? It's easy. Just imagine the two-year master program degree, double degree. The first year, the student can attend it entirely online or hybrid, 6 months in London, 6 months distance learning. Second year, entirely face-to-face in Italy, in Rome, because you know the master programs in Italy last 2 years. The UK one lasts 1 year only. Is it possible also to attend the entire cycle, undergraduate or postgraduate, face-to-face in Rome? The program will be taught in English, but a program, Italian language program, is highly suggested. And if the students want to experience the Italian life at most, we are very close to the city center. And of course, we will help the students want to study Italian for the because if they want, they could join the face-to-face lesson in Italian too. But the course is entirely taught in English, with also an international VLE already setted with the English program, also available distance learning, I mean. So it would be a very, very nice and interesting project, just the first of many other with the study abroad or and international experiences.
Thank you, Mauro. Thank you, Mauro.
Thank you very much.
Logically, everyone received a commission. I mean, this is very important for you to understand. As well, if you send a student to the University of Cusano, you will receive the commission at the end of the day. The commission is always part of the project from Xenophon College London to pay you for 3 years, not only on the first year. So the objective from Xenophon College London and from University of Cusano is to pay you every year you have a student. And this is a great opportunity. I can see that in the meantime, as well, the director from the University of Winchester in the United Kingdom joined Bajinder in London live. So hello, David. How are you today?
Good morning, Richard. I'm very well indeed. How about you? How are you this morning?
Everything is fine. Everything is great. We have 106 agents online with us since we started. As you can see from the back screen, on the top screen in London, we have 108 agents, sorry. And we have the agents who managed to come to London because, as Sarah mentioned, it was a very difficult weekend for entry in the United Kingdom because the government had new rules and new rules come on board, and we are lucky to have this agent who came all the way to London today. So David, in 5 minutes you will start to give us an introduction about the University of Winchester. I just want to say hello in the meantime. David Street is the director from the University of Winchester, which is one of the top university in the United Kingdom, top ranking university, but David will explain everything about the university shortly. And we go back to Sarah. Sarah, can we come back to you for a second? I think in order to conclude this presentation today, every agent who is with us today, or every agent who has an IT center, will receive a follow-up email today. They will receive a follow-up email with all the details about the course. I received as well some requests about how is the refund policy. So how is the refund policy of the University of Cusano? How is the refund policy from Xenophon College London, etc.? All these details will be sent by email because I think it's always a long story to explain these administration details. We are here today to introduce you with Sarah Fazin from Xenophon College London, who is the dean. So that means that if you have an IT center, I mean a language school or a college in your home country or a study center, and if you are interested to open your own program and offer a bachelor program from Xenophon College London, which offer the degree from the University of Chichester, we will be able to arrange a meeting, an individual meeting with Sarah Fazin, who will explain how the portal is working. I want to before to finish with you, Sarah, is it possible to show me a little bit about the portal? How is the portal working? It would be great if you have.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes, it will be my pleasure. First of all, let me say hi to David. That it was a very long time I didn't see him. So hello from there. Okay, let me share my screen. So that should work just fine. Okay, so this is how our VLE looks like. So this is a very simple course that we are having. So in this case, you will see that we have the assessment of the course, where it is, the code and everything else. I'll just make it very short. But the good thing about it is that students cannot miss anything because there's a weekly schedule, a reading list that they just need to click and read through for every single session. And in here, we have the link to our virtual classrooms. We are very proud of working with Kaltura, which is the same system that is used by Harvard University. You know, Richard, how much I like my Ivy League universities over ocean. So this is a very, very useful system. Students will be able to do the work together. They will be in breakout rooms. It's very easy and simple to use. They can actually access it by themselves and then take notes, write on the digital whiteboard, put files aside. Nothing will be lost like it used to be in my times when I had sticky notes and pieces of paper everywhere. So that should work just fine. And as we said before, everything will be recorded and uploaded into the platform with subtitles and captions to be covered and downloadable straight away from a click. Now, ideally, what we will have are also very short videos that will explain a concept that is looked into in that week. I see 2-3 minutes stop. We try to avoid all the stuff, and everything has this same approach. So the student knows what to expect at every given time, regardless of the topic. Would you like to dive deep into a little bit more? You know, I'm an academic, so I can keep this up
it's fine
all day.
Sarah, it's fine like this one, because
okay.
We are all business people, and what we do, we
Yes.
want to do business with Xenophon College London. We want to do business with University of Winchester. We want to do business with the other university presentation today. So our aim is to give the presentation, to give a follow-up email. If the agents are interested, then they come back to us and we schedule a one-to-one meeting on Zoom. I think this is the basis of everything. Mauro, if you want to add something more about Xenophon College London, as you are the COO.
Yes, Richard, just a little recap of what we just said, if I may have the screen for just 1 second.
Yes, you can use the screen. You just share your screen. You're more than
perfect. All right. Coming back, this is a Unicusano Excel double degree. I just wanted to highlight our different modes of delivery. We already talk about face-to-face distance learning, language pro, 2 languages included, hybrid with a semester in London or in France or in Spain. This is just a part of the mail you will receive later on, agents. Just keep in mind that we have many other opportunities. For instance, we are launching by January the full study abroad in Europe hybrid master with 6 months in Madrid or Paris and 6 months in London, programs entirely in English. But we have also some other interesting opportunities for you. International semester where the student can attend kind of academic studies, and also is it possible for students to attend single modules during, for instance, the summer programs in English. That's the best way, according to our method to deliver English program, attending single modules with academic credits included. So contact us for any kind of information. We'll be very keen to answer all your questions. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mauro. Always very great to have you here. Thank you, Sarah. So all the agents who are interested, you have to come back. We will send a follow-up email. We will move now with Bajinder back to London. But before of that, Bajinder, I just want to say something. When we finish with David Street presentation from the University of Winchester, we will go back to Switzerland, and with a hotel school in Switzerland coming up soon in Geneva, and a school in Leukerbad. So before of that, David, please go ahead, and it will be great to listen always your fantastic presentation, because I take this presentation as an example when I do a presentation, generally even from WEBA. I think this is one of the most interesting presentation that I've here in the last 20 years, to be honest, David, not because you're here today, but I really take this as an example because you really go always deep insight in working with Winchester. It's all yours. David.
Thank you, Richard. It has been a wonderful start from your side and from Sarah and Mauro as well. And now, I mean, we know the whole energy from Winchester. It comes through David to rest of the world. And I'm delightful to welcome David Sweet, the Director of International Admissions, University of Winchester. It's over to you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning to our colleagues here in London. Good morning to our colleagues here online. Some of you have met me before at Winchester Workshop. Some it's new friends, some it's existing friends. But either way, welcome to the hybrid workshop. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Baltinder. Now, I'm going to try and keep this brief because you're all busy people. You're all hardworking people. So if you go to the big screen, Baltinder, that'd be fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. So the University of Winchester. What can I tell you about the University of Winchester? First things first is that, sorry, okay, got it. We do a lot of listening to our agents and our partners. And the first thing we say is we make 4 golden promises to our partners. We know that you guys have a very hard job. Recruiting students, getting them to get visas, it's not easy. So you need us to help. So the University of Winchester makes 4 promises. Number 1, we will answer your emails quickly. When you contact the university, you want to get a response. We promise we will answer quickly. We will make offers quickly. So frustrating as agents. You send applications, you don't hear anything. And Winchester will do it quickly. We pay our commission quickly. Business is business. You don't want to send your students and wait a year to get your money. We'll do it quickly. And most important of all is we will look after your students. You know, and I know, word of mouth marketing is the only marketing that long-term successful. If your students are happy, you'll get more students. So we will look after your students. Now, the University of Winchester has certain values. Number 1, compassion and social justice. We want your students to feel comfortable and safe. We do the right thing at Winchester. All our students are individuals. We don't have Indian students at Winchester. We have Winchester students at Winchester. They may come from India, they may come from Pakistan, they may come from Japan, but they are individuals. They're not treated by race, they're treated by person. And spirituality, are they feeling good about themselves? Are they feeling good about life at Winchester? So there are values. What do we do about them? Well, first things first, we sponsor students who are refugees. We look after individual students. Your students are seeking a degree in a British university that gives them qualifications and a British university experience. That's Winchester. So where are we? In the south, in the middle. This is the #1 place to live in the UK every year. The crime rate is essentially 0. It looks like a medieval European city, which is good because it's a medieval European city. It's ranked #1 as a place to live in the UK. The city itself is around 70,000 people, which in most countries is a village, but in the UK is a fairly small city. It's the safest city in the UK. Your students have to have a safe university experience on the campus in the city. Winchester, as I'm sure you all know, is the old capital of England. London's the new capital. Winchester is the old capital. Culturally, it's a really important centre and it's rich, so the shopping is fabulous. It's only an hour to London, so it's close, but not too close. And education is everything in the city of Winchester. It's also the happiest place to live in the UK. Are your students going to be happy when they're studying in Winchester? Yes, because we are, so they be as well. The university itself is a public university. There are very few private universities in the UK. It's a public. Oxford, Cambridge, Winchester are all public universities. It is 180 years old as a university. That means in UK terms it's middle-aged. That's okay because I'm middle-aged as well. But it means we know what we're doing. It's not a new university. It will also be shortlisted by the Times as the UK university.
Can he come closer? We cannot hear you well. Bajinder, can you ask David to come a little bit closer to the computer?
How's that, Richard? Is that better, Richard?
It's perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard. So, the university is a medium-sized university, around 9,000 students. 10% of those students are international students. Oh, sorry. About 10% of our students are international, which is normal for the UK. No engineering, no chemistry, no physics. We are a strong business school. Social sciences, humanities, and liberal arts. And as a result, 80% of our students are women. So for those of you who are sending boys to the UK, please send boys. We don't have enough boys at Winchester. So please send more boys to Winchester. It's also the safest university in the UK. It's not boring, it's just really safe. And we teach in small groups. We know, you know, students learn best in small groups. Most international students are shy, but in small groups, those students get individual attention. They'll be successful. They've got to be safe. They've got to be successful. And at Winchester, our small culture means they're going to be successful. Now, why would you send any of your students to my university? Number one, because of small groups. Number two, our links to industry and the professions. Students aren't satisfied anymore with sitting in a classroom. They want to get life skills, industry skills. We teach that at Winchester. Internships, where visas allow, are part of the programs. Work placements, where visas allow, are part of the programs. The social environment. It's a British university environment, socially liberal, well-educated, friendly, exactly what your students are looking for. And there's lots of support for students. Many universities take the students, take the money, thank you very much, that's it. At Winchester, our work begins for your students when they arrive. That's when our job really starts, getting them through the programs. We're also ranked in the top 20 in the UK for the quality of our teaching. It's not enough just to be a student. You've got to be a student in a good university. We're a good university. This is the newest part of our campus, £50 million worth of business school, opened last year. The timing was perfect, middle of COVID, so the students didn't get to use it. So this year they are. So if you're going to send students for a business course to the UK, this might be the kind of business school you're looking for. It's also where the technology school is based. So the computing, forensic science, data security programs. It looks lovely, yeah? Because it is. It really is that lovely. Some people think it must be too good to be true. It can never be too good to be true, but this is genuinely the University of Winchester. So as well as academic programs, the students have a social life. It's important, so they should join a club and society. But frankly, they're coming to study. So this is what they're coming to study. We teach at undergraduate level, we teach at postgraduate level. This is the undergraduate programs. As you'll see, a lot of business, accounting, marketing, media, forensics, social sciences. But for most of you in the room here in London and watching online, I'm guessing the business school is the main school for the students. Fine, really good university for business. And we assess our students in a different way from most universities. Most universities assess their students purely by exams, but not at Winchester. At Winchester, the students are assessed continually as they go through the programs. So it means if they're thriving, 2 thumbs up. But if they're not, we'll pull them through the programs. We don't wait for students to say, I've got a problem. They're not going to do it. They're international students. They're shy. Small group culture means we'll pull the students through the programs. Students will do lots of presentations in small groups because they're going to need to do it when they get a job. So whatever degree they do, presentation skills are part of the training at Winchester, and crucially, working as part of a team. All of you work in teams. You know the students have to work as part of a team to be successful. We'll build those team building skills in. Communication skills. We teach communication skills to your students so they can get jobs when they've finished. They'll write assignments, but not very many. And a few of them will have exams, but again, not very many.
David?
Sorry, Richard, yes.
Yes, I want to just to tell you that we are live as well on Instagram at the moment and on Facebook. And we have about another 25 agents live on Instagram and on Facebook, which are not online on Zoom and are not there. So we have more than 125 agents at the moment with us online from 38 different countries. Even we have a request from Japan. You mentioned Japan today, and we have as well agent from Japan, from South Korea, for your information, Vietnam, and with very interesting as well from Myanmar. So can you tell me a little bit, the students at Winchester, you have many nationality, because I know you have a lot of students as well from Norway, if I'm wrong.
Yes, we do, because what Winchester's done very carefully is try to have a balance of students at the university. In fact, we're probably the only university in the country that has more Japanese students than Chinese students, because we want our students to be successful. So a balance is very important. Norwegian, biggest market we have. India, second biggest market. Japan, America, Canada. But as I said earlier, we don't have international students at Winchester. We have Winchester students at Winchester. They may come from Japan, Myanmar, China, or India, or Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, but they're all Winchester students. So we don't have international student societies. We have the International Student Society. Your students are Winchester students. So yeah, Richard, thank you for that. That's really exciting to know the worldwide family of WEBA partners coming to Winchester. Now for postgraduate students, well, most of you, I guess, this is a big target, postgraduate study. Winchester University, 1 year, full-time. The biggest course on the list here, international business. Students coming to Winchester don't need a business background to do a business postgraduate degree. They just have to be keen. Biggest market for international business, of course, is India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, 10 plus 2 plus 3. It's as simple as that. And English language as well, obviously for the visa. 1 calendar year, super successful. Biggest program, smallest classes. It is the blue chip program at Winchester. All of these courses recruit well. International business recruits really well. Applications all through the year, 1 intake, September. So the whole thing is geared towards September. So we'll do everything we can to get your students in. CAS is issued, visas issued, students in for September.
David, I have a question about intake January 2023. Is this confirmed or is still in discussion at the University of Winchester?
It's 99% confirmed that in 2023, January, we'll have an intake. But of course, like all things in life, let's wait and see. There are many things that might derail this. COVID is one of them. But our planning now is to 2023 entry to have 2 intakes, January, September. So for this year, 2022 coming, no, September. But as Richard rightly says, 2023 entry, January, but the big intake is likely still to be September.
One other question that I get, David, if an agent will enroll students now in December or in January, how long they have to wait to get an offer letter? Presume that everything is fine.
2 days. target is 2 days between receiving all the paperwork we require to make an offer to a student. They can get a conditional offer or they can get an unconditional offer. If they've got everything we need, academic background, English language, reference, statement of purpose, and it all fits, unconditional offer. If we're waiting for one of those things, conditional offer, typically English. One of the biggest challenges you all face online and here in London is getting students to take IELTS tests. Because every student knows the longer I leave my IELTS test, the higher my result will be. Yes? No. But unfortunately, too many students wait and wait and wait. They take an IELTS test at the last minute. Oops, it's not good enough. Disaster. The key, Richard knows this very well, take IELTS early. If they take the IELTS early and it's fine, 2 thumbs up, they can forget about it, they're getting a visa. If they don't take the IELTS early, we don't know.
One thing I want to add here, because we have submitted applications with Winchester.
Volume, Bajinder, we cannot hear you.
Is it better now?
No, more close.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just exploring this point of IELTS. Even sometime we are having the complete application with IELTS, still the University of Winchester and other universities also do a pre-screening interview. So doing only IELTS is not sufficient. Just make sure your students are having better communication skills before they appear to any of the pre-screening interviews to any university. They should have the knowledge of the university, the program, the academics, the tutors. They should do some research by themselves on the university website to which program they are going. I know the agents are helping them to choose the program, the university, but the students, they should be able to explain themselves what is the advantage of choosing the University of Winchester, what program they are choosing, what are the modules within the program. And this preparation will not only help them in the interview of university, but also if they receive any interviews from the visa aspect. So the student should be fully prepared other than the documents and IELTS. David.
Richard makes a very good point, actually, because more and more students are being picked up by the UKVI for interviews. So the more the students know about the university, the more they're confident to talk about their choice, the more likely they are to get a visa. How frustrating for you here in London and online if your students have gone through the application process, then applied for a visa and fail on credibility. Such a frustration. So you as agents, us as universities have a responsibility to help these guys get their visas. So as Baljinder so rightly says, having a little bit of confidence in English will go a long way. So everything comes in. Richard quite rightly says, how long to get the offer? 2 days. Yes, please.
The question to online viewers. There's a question from in-house from Shika, that what other tests are accepted by University of Winchester apart from IELTS?
This is a really good question and one we're asked all the time. And there's 2 answers. The University of Winchester, like most universities, will accept a whole range of qualifications in English. TOEFL, FCE, TOEIC, so many different qualifications. That's not the issue. The issue is, what will the UKVI accept as an English language qualification? So most universities are risk averse, like us. So our advice, Baljinder, Richard, us, everybody, take IELTS. With IELTS, you're a cast iron visa success. Anything else, there's always the risk. But ma'am, it's difficult. But sir, it's expensive. Yeah, but you're going to study abroad for 3 years or a year. So an IELTS test is always the recommended English language test. If the UKVI change their mind and they're more easygoing, fabulous. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. No, the university might waive the language, but the UKVI won't. So there's no point a student getting an unconditional offer from a university if they won't then get a visa. So the whole process is designed to get your students into universities. So we'll have an individual dialogue about processes. The bottom line is we want to help you get your students over the line into the universities so you can get commission. Students, when they get to university, must graduate. There's no point getting the guys in if they're going to fail. So graduation is the culmination of what they're doing. So our intention is always, the minute the student arrives, how can we get your guys graduating successfully? Now, a lot of students worry when they come to university, will I be okay? I'm not an amazing student, will I survive? Well, you don't have to be a world champion student to be a University of Winchester student. Having said that, we do have some world champion university students. Here's one of them. Richard mentioned our Japanese students. This is Takeshi. He's the world yo-yo freestyle champion. But most of our students are not world champions. They're Winchester students. Housing, guaranteed on campus for international students. We mix our students together, British and international, living in the same housing. Own room, own bedroom, but sharing a kitchen and a lounge. Free Wi-Fi, obviously. We also arrange family accommodation. So those students who come with a spouse and with kids, we can arrange accommodation for them as a family. We'll assist them to get private housing. We have full-time wardens just to make sure everyone's okay. 24-hour security. And the accommodation is lovely. This is our housing. Ensuite, single room, sharing a kitchen with British and international students. Now, on everybody's minds at the moment, of course, is our friend COVID. So, our university, like all universities, is very sensible. So in September, we just opened as business as usual, mask wearing, obviously, social distancing, but in-person teaching. Life must go on. So COVID secure, making sure everyone's okay on the campus. And we remain in person, small group. We only went online when we had to. We are now wholly in person again, UG, PG, everybody. Your students aren't paying to study online, they're paying to study in university. We get it. International support. A survey came out a week ago looking at how much universities spend on supporting international students. This is the top 10 of amounts spent per international student in the UK. Second of all the universities, the amount spent on supporting international students is, unsurprisingly, the University of Winchester. It really matters that your students are supported. You've all had horror stories of students who've gone abroad and had a terrible experience. That won't happen at Winchester. So, how do we support them? Well, perfect question earlier about English language, of course, visas and CAS statements. We make offers quickly. We issue CAS statements quickly. We don't issue CAS statements to students. We issue CAS statements to agents. So you can check them. So you're responsible for them. Visas, well, that's beyond our control, but we will help. We will go through the visa process and we do visa training as well with our partners. We run an airport pickup service from Heathrow to Winchester. We have a very large orientation program. Welcome to Winchester. There's a big welcome program and loads of international ambassadors to make your students feel welcome, and English language support. Just because the students have got the English language to study doesn't mean they're going to be brilliant. So we have ongoing language support, study skills support, of course, and plenty of advice and guidance. And I've saved the best slide till last, which is entry requirements and fees. So for this September coming, undergraduate Ielts 5.5, postgraduate Ielts 6. This is not the highest scores in the country. These are sensible scores. We ask, of course, for the academic background, a reference and a statement of purpose. Undergraduate fees. We've pitched them at a point where your commission payment will be good, the income for the university will be fine, but it's affordable for students. There's a butter zone, a golden zone, where the fee is not too high, not too low. That's what Winchester's gone for. Accommodation fees are around £4,000 a year. Living costs, shopping, travel, books, etc. As a result, we reckon around £20,000 a year, which funnily enough is exactly the amount the UK VI say a student needs in their account before they'll get a visa. It's not a coincidence. They've been worked out quite carefully. And some are more expensive than that. So, the University of Winchester, in a nutshell, number one, we're open for business. Number two, we work closely, really closely with our friends at WEBA. Many of our agents work with WEBA as the umbrella partner, which is perfect. WEBA know us really well. We know WEBA. We know your students. I'm going to be here all day. So we're going to have a session later on today for the online, and we're going to have a session in London, I think, for the London agents later on today. But Baljinder, Richard, thank you again for this wonderful opportunity to meet all your friends at WEBA, online and overseas, and here in London. And if, sorry, yeah,
I'm just working.
Yeah, so we're going to have another rest of the morning, more conversations, good business together. For those of you who are online, I hope to see you again online very soon. For those of you here in London, I'll be talking to you in a minute, I'm sure. But Richard, again, outstanding organization. Thank you very much for that. Your colleague Baljinder here, of course. And thank you again, Richard, for this opportunity.
Thank you, David. Thank you very much to join us today in London Live. David Street is the director of the University of Winchester. So now what will happen, you, David, will speak a little bit with the agents in London in a one-to-one. Every agent will receive an agreement through WEBA to work with the University of Winchester. So everyone will be able to enroll students from all around the world. And this is a great opportunity. It's a very unique opportunity. And on my side, I will continue with another presentation now. And I would like to welcome on board directly Rohit from Switzerland. Is Rohit available? Please join us. So we are waiting for Rohit Bhatia to see if he's available in Switzerland.
Hey, Richard.
Yes. Oh, here we are. Hello, Rohit. How are you today?
Very well. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, me too. We have now with us 92 agents online. We have 17 on Instagram, 11 on Facebook, and about 17, 20 in London. As you hear, there was a lot of problem on the weekend because the UK government decided to close down a little bit because of the COVID. So many people had to go in quarantine. And so the people who are here today are the ones who arrived before this timing. So this is good. We are over 100 agents, Rohit, now. So I will introduce Rohit to all of you, all the people in London, and as well the people online and on the social network. Rohit has two programs. One is for younger students and for high school students, and one for students who want to do a hotel school in Switzerland, in Geneva. Geneva is one of the most financial places in the world, as we all know. So it's a great opportunity to do a bachelor program in Geneva, hotel school. And I think Rohit has more than 25 years of experience in this industry. Maybe we start first with the school in Leukerbad, which personally I visit the school. So I visit school as well with my wife, Daniela. and as well my colleague Jimmy, we visit the school. So we are well aware about the location Lorkelbad, which is a very safe place for younger students. Rohit, you can share the screen, is all yours.
Okay, can I also ask if you can share, so we have, Richard, first of all, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to talk here on this platform. And I would like to congratulate you and Mr. Baljinder, in regards to creating the hybrid online as well as the physical workshop, which is a great job. And I think it is one of its own kind in the world. And thanks a lot once again to both of you and your entire team in WEBA. And since we know each other now almost, Mr. Baljinder, very good to see you. Thank you very much for being here. And just to let you know, me and Richard, we know each other almost 20 years now. We've been working very closely. And I'm very pleased to announce that we are here now talking about our SIBS, which is our boarding school. So we've got two things to offer to our partners, our agents. One is a boarding school, which is for students who are from the age of 13 years up till 18 years. So they could start with their IGCSE, which is a Cambridge system. It's a British system, as you all know, and they can continue with the A levels after the IGCSE, which is 11th and 12th. So we also have very interesting programs like summer programs and winter programs. I will also introduce you also about the online options where we can also work with you guys on other projects in your respective countries, whether it's Asia or it's Middle East or Africa or Europe. So you can also work. This is something unique, which I'm going to introduce you in the end of the presentation. So if you can have the next page, this is the first page, which shows about a school. That's our second page here. Now the good part is we have been supported very strongly by the state government. So the school is located in a beautiful valley called Lorkelbad, which is very popular for thermal water, spring water. It's also known as a sports town. So the huge amount of sports activities for young people, from which I will show you in our next slide. This is our mayor of our town, Mr. Gristing. Now here, the next one is the slide which talks about the students. You can see the students' activities here. We have we have two campuses. One is the academic block, which is the campus here you can see in front of you, and the other one is the accommodation, students accommodation, which is the hostel block, which is just 5 to 6 minutes walking distance from each other, and it's a very safe walking, and it's one of the most beautiful, I would say, one of the most beautiful town in Switzerland. If you come to the next slide, I will show you the advantages. The Switzerland itself, the biggest advantage of Switzerland, it's very safe, it's very secure. It's perfect to learn French and German, two programs, unlike other countries where you can, you're learning mostly English. So the program is taught in English, but we teach German and French, two languages to the students. So that's the advantage for your students, for your clients. And you can always tell them that, we've got two languages where students can learn here, and certainly medium of instruction remains English. You can see our team. Mr. Gunter Bose is on the left. He's our founding principal. We have Ms. Maureen Gorin, who's an academic director. We have Ms. Marion. Then we got Mr. Balaz, and we got Rebecca. So we got a team which is there to support you. It's a small school. It's like a boutique school in Switzerland. Most of the school in Switzerland are very boutique, and they work very closely with that's the idea with the parents. We work very closely with the students. It's more of a one-on-one, so we don't have more than around 8 to 10 students. We normally like to keep not more than 10 students per classroom. So we work very closely, extremely closely with the kids, and also with the parents on a very regular basis. If you come on the right-hand side, you see the courses. So these are the courses under the IGCSE level. So students have to go through all the courses, which are like history, we've got geography, we've got maths, we've got science, global perspective, some business subjects, English, and German and French are also being taught here from scratch. If you come to the next slide, now here is the application process, which is on the left side. I'll be happy to share with you, or should we share the brochure in the chat column so that they can save it? Is that okay, Richard?
Yes, it's fine. It will be great.
Great. So we will soon send you the brochure in the chat column, so you can download this brochure or save it with you. The fee structure is on the right side, which talks about the boarding, lodging, tuition, all the meals, including insurance. Everything is all inclusive. It is Swiss francs 60,000 for 1 year. And the most attractive part is the commissions. So we are offering very attractive commissions to our agents. It comes out to be about 8,000 Swiss francs for 1 year, for the first year. So 8,000 Swiss francs is close to about, you could say about, in US dollars, about $9,000 per student per year. And second year, it's a little lesser, but it's also very attractive. It's about 5,000 Swiss francs in year 2, and then 5,000 in year 3. So it continues like that. So this is something very lucrative, and the application requirement is on the left, which includes the students have to fill up the application form, which can be downloaded from the website, or we will also forward you the copy of the application form within the chat column, and then all students' transcripts and mark sheets. The other program which we have is a very interesting one, which is a summer camp and a winter camp. So we are now starting our winter camp, which is going to start in September. We've already have about 30 students enrolled for the winter camp. They're coming from all around the world. And in case if you have students who are from the age of 12 years until 17 years of the age, they are also most welcome to join the winter camp. We are going to teach French and German, also some English to these students. So when they come, and plus half of day is the education and half of day are the sports activities. So since it's a sports town, we've got ice skating, we've got ski resorts. So they'll be also learning some skiing. They will have some fun activities. They will have an ice skating range. They can play basketball with us. They will play also other sports, including thermal spring water, which is a hot water. So they can be in the middle of in the water body, which is 51 degree. And outside it's all snow and mountains. So it's very beautiful view for the kids, for the students. And even parents are most welcome, because we also have a special program for the parents. So let's say if mothers or fathers would like to accompany with them, we will also keep them busy. And this way, I think it's a good idea that they can get, because, if you tell students or if you tell parents that the fees is 60,000, it's a boarding school, they become a little careful about the fees. But if you tell them you can come and join us in the summer camp or a winter camp, then it's a good opportunity. They can come and see the classes, our live classes, how we are running the show, how we are running the school. They can see the town. We can get them connected with a lot of important people around the town. So it's a beautiful experience for them before they could join the program. Now I will also discuss in the end about the franchise system in back home, that how you can be our partner in your respective country, and how can you have SIBS franchise back in your home country. So this is a very attractive point, which I will share with you in the end. Can we have the next slide, please?
I want to know a little bit more about the franchising. I already get one request, Rohit. Can you explain me in a few seconds how it will work? Let's presume we have an agent here from Indonesia who show interest, and one from South Korea. How it will work this?
Okay, thanks a lot, Richard. Appreciate it. How we are going to work is that the first step is that we would like to know about the school background, that how many students they have, and what courses do they offer? Do they offer a local system, or they offer the same Cambridge program, IGCSE or IB or AP? It depends. So once we know what sort of school it is, what sort of profile it is, then we can prepare an MOU for the school. So our agent can always work with the school, and it's like a triangle sort of an MOU between the agent, between the local school, and between SIBS. So what we could do is we will give our know-how. The idea is to give our know-how to that respective school. We will also allocate a manager in charge for the particular school, who will be responsible for the account for the school, and will be responsible to directly liaison with the academic director or the principal of the school. We will get regular lectures from our faculties, including if they want some French and German lectures, we will organize those lectures for them. We will also have our international faculties who are also going to visit them between 1 and 2 times in a year to the school, to support the school, to try to bring up, to upgrade the school and the exposure and the experience and the know-how. Then the next thing, which is also very important, we are going to invite the top few students from that school, either it's in Indonesia or Korea or Japan. So our partner school, top few students are going to come and visit to us free of cost. We will not charge our partner schools, so they can always motivate their local students who, let's say, are top 4 or 5 students who are going to do well, or 10 students, they can actually visit Switzerland for free. So what they have to do is, so, you know, it's also an exposure to these 5 students, and also motivation. Then the other part is also very interesting, Richard. We can become an exclusive partner of that school, which means, let's say, if the Korean school ties up, or a Vietnamese or a Japanese school ties up, we could do an exchange even for the whole class. Let's say if they have a class of 50 students, we can do an exchange program where their 50 students can come and study with us, and we can give them a regular lectures, a normal program, and the fees we will subsidize, or we'll have a sharing with the school. And we will also share a very interesting commissions with the agents as well. So this MOU is going to be between the school and the agent and SIBS.
Rohit, because of the situation of the COVID at the moment, will the school thinking to assist other school as well with a hybrid study, the same that we are using now at the moment? That means that the teacher based in Leukerbad will be able to teach the students in South Korea, in Vietnam, in India, whatever, online, like we do it now, this concept.
Yes, see, we the good news, Richard, is that we have already created an online program, and we have, in fact, our faculties are already teaching online. So we have students in the class, and as well, there are students who are not able to come and visit us. They are part of this online learning as well. So very similar what you're doing now, we are doing exactly the same. So we've got students from Asia, we've got students from Europe, we've got students from South America also, who are now part of this online hybrid system. So it's a regular class with our existing students who are locally based, and then the international students.
Is it possible as well to do like only a 2 weeks program in Switzerland, in Leukerbad, with the parents, or alone during the summertime, or I don't know, during the Easter time? Do you have something in that in your program?
Yes, we have, as I just mentioned, we have a group of 30 students coming in February. This is a 4 weeks program. And within this 4 weeks program, we are going to do a program where they will be joining some of the classes in the school. They will be also learning French and German. And then obviously they will have certain sports activities on the campus. So we have this 2 weeks, between 1 week to 4 weeks of program.
Rohit, sorry if I ask you many questions, but we have agents from China with us today, from Hong Kong, from Taiwan, from Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. Do you have people who speak a language which is not English, like Chinese or like Russian, who can support the parents and the students?
Yes, in fact, we have a Russian faculty who's on the campus who can speak Russian. We also have a new Chinese faculty who is joining us from January, who is going to support students who are coming from China. Similarly, we've got faculties from Hungary, from England, from Ireland, from Asia, from India. So parents, students who are coming from different countries, we have a support system where we can teach a local culture. And then if you see on the right side, on the top right, this building, Richard, this is the hostel block. So students are living in a very beautiful accommodation. It's twin sharing. Every room has 2 students at the most, and it also has toilet and bathroom all attached. We also have single accommodation. We've got a nice big lawn outside, overlooking a beautiful mountain, and students can do in the summertime barbecues and other sports activities. And there are also a swimming pool, heated swimming pool in the hostel block as well.
Excellent, excellent. Rohit, I would like to have a little bit of more information now about the hotel school in Geneva, if it's possible, because we have so many agents with us today. They're now since 2 hours with us. So it's great. We have over 90 agents online. We have about 22 agents at the moment physically in London, and we have about 70 agents on Instagram and on Facebook with us today. Can you maybe explain us a little bit about the hotel school in Geneva?
Sure. Can we just quickly finish this slide? Can we quickly and get back to the Geneva school? So now the school in Geneva is in the heart of city center. It's right opposite the railway station.
We still have the slide from the school in Leukerbad.
Okay, can we please change the slide and get a new slide? Okay, the slide is coming. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely, no problem at all.
The advantage of having a school, if you just come to the first slide, please. Yeah. So this is the first slide. As you can, if you can just stop here, you can see the building. This building is extremely modern. Can you go a little up? Yeah, that's it. So no, can you come back to the building? Sorry, just come back to, yes. So if you see the building, it's on the right hand side. Can you come back to the building? Just stop where the building is. That's it. Good, thank you. So if you see the building, it's highly modern building, very, very modern, extremely high tech, the facilities. And that's our partner in training called École Club, which is one of the biggest training center of Switzerland. And they've invested millions, over 200 million Swiss francs all over the investment when it comes to the training. So that's our partner training school, where students are going to do their training kitchen programs. They're going to do also service, wine testing, and they'll be also learning how to make coffee. So there's a coffee barista stuff here as well. So it's a extremely, and plus the best part is, Richard, that students will have an access to all the facilities, including in the campus. Plus they will have an access to a lot of contacts in Switzerland. That's the biggest, because this industry works mostly with the contacts. So it's a 3 years program. So every year with the Swiss system, students will be studying half of the year, and half of the year they're working. So it's a 6-month study, 5-month study, and 5 to 6 months work training program, where students are also earning a salary of up to 2,000 Swiss francs gross every month, and they will be placed in the hotels and restaurants. And since Geneva is a city center, it is very easy for young people to get internships. Extremely very easy. Unlike schools which are located top of the mountains or little away from city center, it is always difficult to get internship for such school. But having a school in Geneva city center, Richard, it is a fantastic place. We have the WHO headquarters are there. Then you've got UNESCO. You've got also UN headquarters is there. So students can build fantastic contacts if they are based in Geneva. Can we have the next slide? Can we have the next one, please? Sorry, a little trouble, seems like little trouble with this.
No problem.
Can we have, next one. So here you can, thanks also here you can.
Yeah, we are here with Mr. Rohit Bhatia, who owns 2 schools, one in Switzerland, 2 schools, one in Leukerbad, which is a school for junior students until the age of 18 years old. And then he owns a school as well in Geneva, Switzerland, which is the financial capital in Switzerland together with Zurich, but is one of the most important one all around the world. What is the biggest advantage here for your students? Studying a hotel school is a very big advantage, because they study 6 months theoretical and 6 months practicum. And this is very interesting for all of you to understand. Switzerland is the country to do a hotel school. We have many hotel schools in Switzerland here. The top of the world are here in Switzerland. But of course, these top hotel schools, they are not working with agents. They are, but now Rohit has a private school, and he's cooperating with agents. And this is a great opportunity for all of you if you are interested. Maybe can you explain how this is working, Rohit, this hotel school? 6 months theoretical, 6 months practicum. Do the students get some money when they do the internship? Can you explain me a little bit, and where they do the internship?
Yes, please. Well, students will be doing internship in Geneva, as well as, in fact, there are hundreds of hotels in Geneva. It's a business hub, as you know, and also a world center, in fact, for a lot of big companies. So students are going to do internship in Geneva and Zurich and many other big metros in Lausanne, Montreux. They all are next to each other. So they will be working and doing the internship in all these hotels. And as per the Swiss law, students can do an internship, which is 5 months to 6 months each year. So our team are responsible to make sure that we will organize internship for the students. So every year they're going to work for 5 to 6 months, which is close to about 2,000 Swiss francs normally, as per the Swiss rules students are earning, which is $2,200 gross every month. So they can work for 5 to 6 months, and they can recover, they can earn little, some pocket money and some maybe small part of the fees for the next year. So that's how the system works. So here also we are going to teach students French, since it's in the French part of Switzerland, And we're very close to France. So students who wants to go to France, in about 20 minutes, they can cross the border, go to France, have a coffee and come back to Geneva in Switzerland. So that's the interesting part, having your base in Geneva. Can we have the next slide? So each year they study half of the year and half of the year they work. So they start with diploma, which is, again, 5 months of study and 6 months of work, followed by a high diploma, which is year 2. And then it's a bachelor's degree, which is year 3. So every year they will get 5 to 6 months paid training program. Can we have the next slide, please? So that talks about the year 3, which is a BA degree. So students are going to get a degree, which is in BA. And again, they have an option to do 5 to 6 months of internship in the final year as well. So within 3 years, they will work for 1.5 years, which is paid internship. Can we have the next one, please? So we have tied up with all the major brands, all the major hotels. We work currently with several brands all across the world, including Europe, including USA, including Asia, including Middle East. And now the good news is that hotel industry is picking. It's coming back to its feet in many, many countries, although the restrictions are still there, but still there's a traveling going on. Many countries have eased down the traveling. I mean, yourself said, we have you have some of your representatives coming from Pakistan and India, and they're here in London. Although there are restrictions, but still the traveling for students is not an issue to travel. They can all apply. I was speaking to several Swiss embassies in different countries, and they said at the moment students can still travel. If they apply for the visas in their respective country, they can get the visa. It takes about 8 weeks close to about 8 weeks to get the whole process. So by the time they file the visa and they get the visa, it takes about 2 months, Richard, for these students. So it's possible to travel for young people.
Rohit, I have a direct questions to you, because I think now Switzerland will become very interesting because of the visa. We remember that during the COVID, there was no issue with Switzerland. So student was still available to come to Switzerland to study. So the direct question is, are you able to send an agent's agreement to all the agents later by today, tomorrow, to start to cooperate with you?
Yes, please. I'll be happy to send. In fact, there'll be 3 MOUs. One is with the boarding school. The other one will be with the hotel school. And the third one is to tie up with the local schools. There's another MOU. So that is what I'm talking about. We can tie up with the local schools where they can have an advantage of tying up with our Swiss boarding school which is called SIBS in Switzerland. So we'll send 3 MOUs in next couple of days to all the agents.
I have another question.
Can we have the next slide?
Yeah, I have another question. So
yes,
and we still have more agents who join us. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the WEBA Live workshop with Mr. Rohit Bhatia, and he's just explaining us about the hotel school in Geneva, Switzerland. The question that I have, Rohit, is if someone is interested to do a franchising concept with the hotel school, are you open to discuss about this possibility as well, or only for the boarding school?
No, we are very open on the franchise of the hotel school, because this is what I've done in the last 25 years. I've set up franchise in Kazakhstan, Saudi Arabia. We were running 3 schools, and including New Zealand, Singapore. I started my own school. Also Switzerland. I was running it for almost a good 18 years. And also schools in Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, also South America. So I've done franchise almost 25 different schools in close to about 22 different countries. So I have an expertise in setting up franchise, and I can support our partners, our agents, and I can guide them step by step how we can do a franchise. So we could do either franchise with an existing hotel management school, or we could even do a franchise with a new school who doesn't know how to run a hotel school. So we have a consultancy at the back end who works who can work with these schools, and we can teach them step by step how a hotel school can be set up, how you can market the hotel school, how you can run the hotel school. And obviously, once they have our Swiss support, a Swiss name and logo behind them, then obviously it becomes very easy for these guys to run and operate the hotel schools. And obviously, the moment you have a backing from Switzerland, the numbers also increases in the respective countries, because Switzerland is well respected around the world. So as I said, from A to Z, we can support them, whether it's a new school or it's an existing school. We can set up system, we can set up procedures for them, we can guide them how to run the program, we can give them the whole course curriculum, and also the teaching part can be supported to them. We can also organize a dean from them from somewhere around the world, or an international dean who has experience, who can support the school.
Rohit, I have to take again something else. We just have with us today a professor from the University of Ado Ekiti in Nigeria. The question is, you will be open as well to look to cooperate with a university or only with school?
We are open to, as I said, we have a different platform. We have a different we have a platform with different options for our partners. We can work with schools, boarding schools, we can work with colleges, we can work with institutes, we can work with universities. So we are open to, and we can work with the new entrepreneur. Let's say if you have an investor and you want to set up a hotel school, we can help you from scratch how to set up a hotel school. We can even help you. Let's say if you have a land and you have a building and you want to invest into a land and a building, we can guide you how to build, how the construction works, because we have architects at the back end. We've got also interior designer who can design the whole building for you from A to Z, including the hostels, including all the kitchens, including the front office, housekeeping, all the labs, everything we can design for you. So we have the entire team with us.
One question I would like to add, Rohit, here, if you allow me, please. Sorry to interrupt, Richard.
Please.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, I mean, Rohit, I like your idea of franchise. This is something new since we last met, in Switzerland. So my question to you is, when we talk about franchise in different countries, the fee structure, do you compare it according to the local economy, or it stays what you charge in Switzerland?
It's a very smart question and very deep, dense. It's somebody who goes into the depth can only ask this question. Thanks a lot, Mr. Baljinder. I appreciate it for asking this question. We are like, I don't want to say we are like McDonald's, but we call ourselves global. We are global, but we like to work with the local, keeping in our mind the local schools and colleges and what's the fee structure. So that's the reason we have a research team who are going to get involved into the project. And let's say if it's Kenya, or let's say if it's Budapest, or if it's Auckland, or any city in the world, we will certainly do a market research that how much the local schools are charging the fees. According to the market research, we are going to come back to the potential partner or potential investor that this is the fees you could charge in the local country, because you cannot go above the local market. The moment you go above the local market, the project is going to fail, and certainly we don't want to fail the project. So that's the reason we have a back-end team, research team, who are going to come and analyze. They will find out the top 5 schools which have been running there, what are the franchise they are running with, what sort of partners they have, what sort of course curriculum they have, how much fees are they charging. So on the basis of the market research analysis, we will get back to the local partner that this is the right market for you, this is a program you have to run, that's a fee structure, that's a diploma or a degree you have to run and operate, this is how you could market, this is how you need the faculty. So we will come with entire solution for them.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Rohit. I mean, you ask a very interesting question, Baljinder, today. We can see that you are part of this industry since many years, so you know exactly where to get the point. I still remain with everyone. We are over 100 agents still with us today after 2 hours, Rohit, and I think this is excellent because to have more than 100 agents with us live is excellent. Plus, logically, all the agents based in London, because we have a live workshop going on in London at the moment as well. I have one last question, Rohit. The agent asked me, many of the agents asked me if you can send them the agent's agreement. And I said to them, everything, yes, I will send you the database of all the agents who join us today, who registered today. I can see that more ask from Ukraine, from Bangladesh, from Kazakhstan. We have now one from South Korea as well. And I think this is a very good concept, because I like your school. You are open-minded. You're looking not only to establish more and more the school in Geneva and local, but to work with school around the world. And this is excellent, because to have a Swiss certificate, a Swiss diploma at the end of the day from a Swiss school is a big, big advantage. How is with the visa, Rohit? How is the visa situation in Switzerland? For example, the Ielts. What is the Ielts request to enter in the hotel school in Switzerland?
Sorry, Richard. Sorry, I could not hear you in between. Sorry, what was the question?
No problem. So what is the Ielts, the Ielts requirement to enter in the hotel school in Switzerland?
So, okay, the IELTS is 5 band for the certificate and diploma, and somebody wants to go at the higher level is 5.5. But you could start with 5. Let's say if you're 18 years of the age, done your high school, you start, and then you start with 5 band.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you very much. We get another email in the meantime from Gary from Taiwan, Gary Chang as well, who show interest. I mean, the concept is excellent at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. We have an excellent university with us today. We have Xenophon College London, which they can study online. They have the opportunity to do part-time in the UK and part-time online, or everything online. Or they can do like 6 months in Madrid, 6 months in Rome, 6 months in Paris, and everyone will receive all this information. Then we have University of Winchester, top ranking university from the UK. Study in the UK is an excellent opportunity. Your students will love to study in the UK. They will all receive a 2-year post-study work visa. We have with us Rohit Bhatia, who has 2 schools, a school in Leukerbad for younger students, for high school, and he has as well a school in Geneva. So as you can see, the school in Geneva is a business school for students who want to do the hospitality program. So, but Mr. Rohit Bhatia, I know him since 20 years. He's a business person. He's looking as well to find partnership with people around the world to do like a dual degree, to open a hotel school abroad, etc. So do not hesitate after you receive a copy of the agreement to go back to Rohit and to have a one-to-one meeting with him, so that he will be able to look into your idea, because maybe you have an idea which is out of the box. Because I always say, work in this industry, you have to work out of the box. You have to think out of the box, and you have to work fast. If you don't work fast, you lose client and you lose in business. I agree. You agree with me, Rohit, I presume, on this?
Absolutely, Richard. Absolutely. I mean, look at you. You have all the ideas out of the box, and they're all very successful. And you know how you're linking everybody on a regular basis. I think you are the best example in front of us. So, and certainly, you know, I think we have to learn each other. We have to support after post-COVID. You know, we have to support each other a lot, and that's the reason we came with very attractive commission. We came with different ideas that let's work on a joint venture. Let's work on franchise model, whether it's a school or whether it's a college or it's a university. We are happy to support all the different avenues, so that, you know, we are coming with not one option, we are coming with 3 or 4 options. Once we have 3 or 4 options, it's very interesting for an agent to work with us, because then he could say, he could come in a platform and he can option, listen, I've got option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 options with us to work with, you know. So I think that makes us very interesting.
More, because you can work hybrid with you as well. So yeah.
Absolutely.
If we go into the different, you are like a shopping center. When you work with Rohit, it's like to go in a shopping center.
We're not a shopping center, Richard.
No. It's like to be in a shopping center. You have more possibility. You don't have only one possibility. You have more option. And this is very interesting. If you have a younger student, you can send him to Leukerbad. If you have an adult student, you can send him to Geneva. If you want to have a partnership and open your own campus in your home country, you can do this. So you have many different options. And this is the win-win on your business, Rohit.
Absolutely, Richard. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. So great. I mean, and we've got a fee structure. We've got a very competitive fee structure, which is about 26,000 Swiss francs for 1 year, which includes accommodation, boarding, lodging, tuition, everything is inclusive. And we are happy to offer scholarships, which is a post-COVID scholarship for students. And you're happy to get in touch with us, and we can support these students, and we can support our agents very strongly. So we look forward working with all of you, and we are always open to support you. We have different ideas. As I said, as Richard said, we've got multiple options we can work with, not just one option. We've got 6 options and over options where we can work. I'm sure something will certainly fit in, and we can move forward.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you. Excellent presentation, Rohit. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Baljinder. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, now we are continuing. Thanks to all the new agents who just joined us at the moment. Always very, very interesting. I want to say a big hello to the agents in London, by the way. Thank you very much to everyone to be in London at the moment, to be at the Heston Heights Hotel. And I know that you are listening to the presentation at the moment, and some of you maybe already start to talk individually with Mr. David Street, which I think it's very, very important to get a little bit more deeply information from the University of Winchester. So I would like to thank you very, very much to come to London for the workshop. We was hoping to get more clients, but the problem with the visa, not the visa, sorry, the COVID situation during the weekend in London stopped many people to traveling because they had to do 10 days quarantine when they will reach in London. So, but still, it's excellent that we have so many people with us today. Please remain everyone on mute because mute modality, because if you're not in mute modality, it's a little bit difficult to continue with the workshop. We have now 92 agents online. We still have 70 physically there in London, and we have as well to the people in Facebook and on Instagram. Thank you very much. Since about 1 hour. It's another channel, Instagram and Facebook. I would like to give now my word to Bajinder a second so that he maybe can introduce a little bit the other university. Maybe you can start introducing DMU, the Montfort University, and give a short presentation, Sunderland and Richmond. Thank you very much, Bajinder.
Thank you, Richard. Yes, of course, we have been aggressively working with the Sunderland University and DMU as well. Richard, can you, yes, if you can share the screen at your end, that would be great help. Thank you. So, yeah, DMU and Sunderland, they are having their January intakes, although we have already, I think, closed for now for January intake. It's end of November. And the application process for DMU, I can just, Richard, if you can just show the form site at the same time, or we can do it at later stage.
I can go on form site to see the application so that I will be able, just a second, Bajinder.
Yes, sir. So we are working definitely with the Winchester University for the next intake coming up in September. And as you just mentioned, there could be a possibility of January intakes from 2023 for Winchester. But in the meantime, as the current intakes we are talking, definitely we are working with the Montfort University, Sunderland University, and we also have got the Richmond, this is again a London University. So the intakes are in front of you. Most of them are 2022 intakes. And for Sunderland as well, there's a February intake. We shall be, I mean, let me tell you, the universities are picking students from different areas and different countries. So they're very specific regarding their English requirements, their pre-qualifications, and how they take further within the different courses in the universities. So currently, we are taking applications from African region, from Asia, from India, rest of the countries, and again India. There are some restriction as a DMU is concerned. A few universities, they are not taking DMU from Gujarat, from Punjab, Haryana. So I'm sorry to say about this, but this is not because of us. This is from the university itself. So I mean, these are I think some rich states, those who want to pay money, but the university doesn't want to take that. That's a different story. So yes, Richmond American Universities also recently we got this university on board, and the English requirement, as we are mentioning, although there might be a waiver for this DMU University, English might be waived for that, but still it is advisable, as David mentioned earlier, to have IELTS. I mean, going to an IELTS academy or school, learning English, it is good for communication, not only communication, preparing themselves for interviews, for university interviews, and of course for visa interviews. So even DMU university is not, I mean, they are taking their own in-house English test. So even if the student is not having the IELTS, they are taking their own test. And also they are taking the screening interviews as well. So this is a long process, doing the initial application on form site, filling all the details, and then we register your student with the DMU university. There are some links sent by our office to your, I mean, to the student or to the agent. You need to immediately respond to those emails which you receive from the WEBA. And once the initial registration is done, then the University of DMU, they directly contact the students. And as far as Sunderland is concerned, we do advise to fill an initial form for them, which we send you through the email. Again, these universities are very selective, and I appreciate, because David is here. Winchester has got no restrictions to any state or any country or any region, I would say. The only thing is, yes, they should comply with the requirements of UKVI, which includes the English requirement. And also some agents do ask about the gaps, how many years of gap is, I would say, the university is acceptable. So anything, if it's a master's students, it's a graduation should be within last 3-4 years, not more than that. And if we are talking about undergraduate students after year 12, 1 or 2 years, maybe 3 years, but not more than that. So not much gap is acceptable. But here I'll just point one thing. For students who are having more gaps, Xenophon College could come in between. That means, for example, someone did a year 12 5, 6, 7 years ago. So come to Xenophon College, do start your first year of degree from there, first or second year, and then you can jump to the London campus of Xenophon, or it could be a pathway for you to Chichester University. So, I mean, there are ways to cover the gaps. So all the colleges or university which Richard you brought today, yeah, every of these institutes are there having their own advantages. So this could be something with Xenophon. Yes, I had visited this campus in Russell Square, a beautiful campus for Xenophon College as well. And yes, University of Sunderland, they got 2 campuses in Sunderland and in Canary Wharf in London as well. So there's a good number of courses in all the universities, but for University of Sunderland, yes, the engineering courses, the nursing courses, it's a very good top of course as well for nurses here. For example, the nurses who did their diploma in nursing, they can come and do their BSc top of nursing. I'm just mentioning one course. So if your course are some typical comes from science background, some engineering backgrounds, you are most likely to get admission in University of Sunderland. It doesn't mean that the business students will not get admission, definitely. But again, if you are having something exemplary or something which is not much common, so you get, and your application get more considered in Sunderland University. So yes, this is brief about this university. If you can just scroll down, Richard.
Yes, I want to add something before to continuing. So ladies and gentlemen, you have the opportunity now with WEBA to enroll your students in the University of Winchester, in the University of Richmond, Sunderland, and De Montfort University. So, and you will receive the commission for all these universities. This is very important. So you need only to fill out one form, and the form was put now on the chat system. If you saw on the chat system, you will find the form, and you will find as well a copy of the agreement to sign and to upload. If you go on the chat system, you will find the link to upload and a copy of the agreement. I will go back on the form now.
Yes, one thing, Richard, once we complete the form submit, I know there have been complaints regarding the late responses. So there was an issue with the Sutherland website as well. The applications were not being accepted because the website, their online system was down. And so there was, I mean, WEBA has been trying to respond to the agents immediately, but because of some during COVID, we can say, and because this website issues, we have been receiving the responses from few universities quite lately. So I know the agents, they are looking for quick responses, but we act quickly as far as the university is concerned. So sometimes there are delay from the universities. Now coming towards, yes, of course, the form itself is self-explanatory. So everything has to be filled up and all the requirements mentioned here are needed to be uploaded with all these transcripts, so with your references, proper 2 references we need at least from the student. Most importantly, the statement of purpose. Please make sure it is not copy pasted. Let the student do their own homework. Let them study about the course, the university. Let them answer the questions. This personal statement will not only help them to get the admission, but also will allow them to prepare themselves for the screening interviews of university and for visa purpose. So make sure the students do their own research and make their own personal statements. This is very important. Now, of course, the financial requirements, most of the agents are aware there's a requirement of 28 days of maintenance funds, depending of the university, whether it is inner London or outer London. The information is provided on the website, the exact amount, but roughly anything from 10 to 12K is funds you need 28 days as for the maintenance funds. And for example, if University of Winchester is taking a deposit of 2,000, is it, if I'm correct? Yes. So the balance, if the fees is 13,000, the university take a deposit of 2,000, balance 11,000 plus your 10 to 12,000. So around 22,000 pounds should be in your bank statement 28 days old before we issue the cash statement. So sometimes the cash is ready, the bank statement is not ready. So as soon as you receive your offer, so you start the application process, in fact, I would say, so make sure your bank statements are ready. And if you are planning to bring your dependents, so you need to add the amount of dependents in your bank statement as per whether it's a spouse or kids. So advisable to, there was an instance as well, we had clearly briefed to put all the documents. There was one agent from Nigeria, one student. The bank statements was ready, but he didn't submit it with the initial application. So then we had to go to the admin review and edit the bank statement. So make sure these all the documents, not only while submitting with the university, but also when submitting with your local visa office, they are clear and complete. Now, myself being an immigration lawyer, I'm always available to respond to your visa related queries. Yes, you can email me, you can call me. Richard can give my contact details whenever any one of you need for any sort of advice regarding immigration apart from admission. So yes, this is the brief of the whole process which we are dealing currently. So just go for the applications, and whatever the universities we are working with, wherever the admission is available, we'll just put your applications in. And for this DMU and for Sutherland, we do request an agent form as well, which the students need to sign for us, that WEBA is representing their application. So everything is sent to all the agents. If you had already worked with us, you know the procedure. If there are some new agents, you are really most welcome to come back and ask the questions to us. Yes, Richard, you want to explain something about this Richmond University?
No, everything is fine. Everything is clear. So we had today, since about 2.5 hours now, more than 100 education agents with us today. Online, we have as well agents physically in London with us. And I say thank you very much, all the agents in London. And I think now is start ready to have a great lunch because it's lunchtime now in London, I think. I can smell the food in London from the Hostel Heights Hotel. And I mean, I think everyone is ready to go for the lunch. This is excellent. We had about 37 agents on our social network. So we had over 150 agents in total today. We still have about 82 agents online as well here with us. So I think it was an excellent presentation from the different university we had today. Very, very interesting. I just want to have the possibility to speak to David Street one more time, the director of the University of Winchester. Is he still available there?
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, David has a lovely evening yesterday, and he has, he's ready with his backpack. Will wait for the lunch and ready to fly to Norway. Yes.
I know. Hello, David. David is the director of the University of Winchester, and he just joined us today in London at the WEBA workshop live at the Hostel Heights Hotel. And I know that he has a long trip to Norway later on today. So first of all, David, thank you very much for your presentation to all the agents physically in London and online, plus all the one on our social network. I have some more questions that I want to ask you because, you know, the agents in the meantime, they come back to us and asking different questions, etc. Let's go with the first question from Africa. And please remember to use moderator agents. Thank you very much. So the first question came from Africa, and the question was about, like in Nigeria, they speak very good English. And this is usually the main issue, the main questions. What about the Ielts? Because at the University of Winchester, everyone needs to do the Ielts. As well, students from Nigeria.
Yeah, I mean, we have some wonderful Nigerian students in Winchester, highly qualified.
We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you. Can you come closer? Can you move the computer?
Oh, is that better, Richard? Is that okay?
Yeah, now it's good.
Is it better, Richard, now?
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay. We have wonderful Nigerian students. Many universities do. The challenge for Nigerian students is not going to be the universities, it's going to be the UKVI. The universities know Nigerian students have fabulous English, much better than mine. The UKVI don't agree. So our interest is always in how can we get the students with their visas? How can we be sure the agents get the visas for the students? The way to be sure is, unfortunately, Ielts again. The UKVI made it perfectly clear that if you come from most countries, you need an IELTS test. Nigeria, sadly, is one of them. So the advice, unfortunately, Richard, is the same as it is for all our partners. We're very happy at Winchester to take a whole range of qualifications in English, including the West African qualifications in English. But our colleagues at the UKVI have a different view. So the advice is take an IELTS test.
One thing I want to add here, all the agents, please listen this very clear and carefully. When the students come here, after completing their degree, they go for graduate visa or they look to switch into skilled worker visa. So for skilled worker visa and for this initial study visa, if the students have the UKVI IELTS, that there's IELTS Journal, IELTS Academy, this one IELTS UKVI. So make sure you book IELTS UKVI. The UKVI, sorry, the IELTS academic, the university might accept, but in future, if they want to switch to skilled worker visa, that IELTS academic or IELTS Journal usually and the Home Office doesn't accept. So it should be IELTS UKVI. So it will be good if you go for this IELTS. Thank you.
I mean, the analogy we always make with our partners is that you might want to get married, but if your family don't agree, you're not getting married. The university will have a student quite happily, but the UKVI are the parents. And if they say you're not getting married, you're not getting married. So the way to do it is to make sure the family agree. The family is the UKVI, and the universities. It saves so much trouble later on. Students who tell us they haven't got enough money for an IELTS test haven't got enough money to study abroad. It's often the acid test for a student. Are they serious? You work so hard as agents. Your time is so limited. When you have students who aren't exactly wasting your time, but are stringing you along, you want to be sure, will the student study abroad? Really? Taking an IELTS test, as Baljinder knows, is a really good way for a student to demonstrate to you as the agent and us as the university, they're serious about study abroad. Thousands of students want to study abroad, not all of them will. So IELTS tests for the non-native speakers, for the country, for the UKVI say, take an IELTS test, absolutely critical. So Richard, it's a brilliant question, one we're asked all the time. And the answer is, no matter what the university says, it's what the UKVI say that really carries the day.
Another question, is this valid as well for postgraduate program or only for bachelor?
Everything. For the programs of study in British universities, IELTS testing is a critical element of the application process.
Richard, there's one question from the in-house, yes.
What is the questions?
Yeah.
No, I'll share with you once we are on the after lunch. We'll have one-to-one. I mean, there's a question that there's no requirement, and let me tell you, it's not UKBA. UKBA was exhausted few years ago. It has switched to a new name called UKVI. So UKBA is no more. I will share the website with you once you're with me on the desk. I'll let you know, and I can share on the.
We'll have a chat after lunch. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I think lunch is Richard. I'm sorry. This is a disadvantage of virtual that we can't share lunch with this 80 to 100 agents with who are with us.
No problem. We enjoy this new hybrid workshop from WEBA. Another question, David. What about a student from Russia? As you know, they finish they do the 11 years. They don't do the 12 years. When they will come to Winchester, can they do the foundation program first and then enter in the bachelor?
Yes, there are many countries. Russia is one, China's another, where students typically finish their academic programs 1 year before the British students do. They would go on to what we call year zero in the UK. British university degrees are typically 3 years, year one, year two, year three. In some countries, students routinely enter at year zero stage. It used to be a foundation course at a private provider, like in2, for example. But many British universities now, like Winchester, offer a year zero, which is an integrated foundation program. So a Russian student may well do a 4-year business degree at Winchester, where the first year is actually year zero, the foundation year, and an automatic progression onto year one.
Well, one thing I would like to add here, which because for undergraduate, we need 5.5 of IELTS. But if the student has scored 5 bands or maybe a bit lower than 5.5, can you expect in his
No, because there are 2 kinds of foundation program in the UK universities. There's year zero, where the IELTS, the English requirement is the same as it is for year one, but the academic level is a bit lower. And there are the true foundation programs, which is a combination of English language and academic study, but that doesn't be part of an integrated course. That's a standalone 1-year course. And the student then apply to do an undergraduate degree in English. Winchester offers both. So students have got the English, but not the academic level, will go on to year zero. Students who don't have the English or the academic level will go on to the International Foundation Program, and upon successful completion, would then progress into year one of a degree as a new program. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. I have a more question. We have agents here from Hong Kong, Taiwan, China, and many from different countries as well, Indonesia, even from Latin America, from Ecuador, etc. The question is, do you have staff who speak another language besides English inside in the university? So, you know, how it works with agents sometimes is a bit complicated. Maybe they don't understand very well English, etc.
A good question, Richard. I'm happy to report that the international office at Winchester is a good example. I'm obviously English and I'm a native speaker of English, but I'm also fluent in Japanese and Norwegian and French. My colleague, Donna Rose, is from New York. She is a native English speaker and she's fluent in Cantonese. She has a Hong Kong background. My colleague, Nabil Noor Mohammed El-Din Hafiz, is an Arabic speaker, an Urdu speaker, a Greek speaker, a German speaker. My colleague, Elton Jung, is a Mandarin speaker. So we cover many of the main languages in the international team at Winchester. Beyond that, as Richard knows, at Winchester, we have an international student base, Russian staff, Italian staff, Brazilian staff, but they're all, to make a complete loop again, Richard, Winchester staff. So we offer international languages for communication because they're Winchester staff, but within the international team, we do two things. One, we listen. Two, we support our partners. We don't have agents at Winchester, we have partners. The relationship between what you're doing and what we're doing is a partnership. And good partners listen and respond. So we listen to what Richard tells us, to what you tell us, and we respond by making quick offers, by supporting your students.
And one final word from my side, that all the agents who are currently with us online or in-house, they will be working under WEBA umbrella.
Yeah, this is a big family. The WEBA is a warm, organized, loving family. So Winchester and WEBA have had a long, successful relationship. So typically, you and WEBA and Winchester is a perfect triangle. We work well together.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. Thank you for your nice words today. I put the agreement to work with WEBA on the chat system, so you can download the agreement and you can upload this on form site in case you will find this on the chat system as well. But anyway, we will do a follow-up after the workshop. Now we had more than 100 agents in the last 2 hours with us. I know it's time for lunch for everyone. Over here in Italy it's 1 o'clock. In the UK it's 12 o'clock. In other countries maybe it's dinner time or tea time, like we say it like this one, like the British people say. It was a fantastic workshop. It was nice. We had a lot of interaction today. We welcome, I don't know if Sarah is still available from Xenophon College London. I want to say thank you very much as well. She's in London based. Sarah, are you still available?
Yes, thank you, Richard. I was listening in to the beautiful presentation that David does. It makes everyone look very, very... So next time you and I are having a one-to-one. Yes. But no, thank you so much for having us and for listening in. And should you need anything, we are here.
We will do a follow-up with all the agents who attend today. We had many agents, more than 155 so far, I calculate, from over 37 different countries. We had everywhere, we covered all the world. It was a 2-hour, very intense workshop, how the WEBA workshop are. We have more agents coming up, more agent workshop, one more tonight with South America. We have another one tomorrow morning with China. So we are always on workshop, online and on a hybrid format. I want to thank Bajinder, my partner in London, for this great organization in London. I know it was not easy because of the COVID time, but you did an excellent work. Thank you, Bajinder. Thank you for your support today, yesterday, and during the weekend, because I was working as well with you together on the weekend to prepare this hybrid workshop. Thank you very much, Bajinder.
Thank you, Richard. And thank you, everyone. I mean, everyone have been fabulous. We have been through a hard time for last 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, but WEBA and universities like Winchester, David, and Sarah and Mauro, and of course, Rohit, and I mean, all the universities who have been working with WEBA, as David mentioned earlier, we are a family, and agents rightly mentioned as partners, and you also could just call me partners. So let us be partners and move forward to a bright 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Bashinder. Thank you, David. Thank you very much for coming here today and for give us this great presentation about the University of Winchester. And of course, I would like to thank all the agents who are there in London. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure that you had the time to come to London. I know you went through a tough time because of the COVID. That you had to wait many hours at the airport. You had to do all these PCR tests, all the vaccine. Some of you have to go in quarantine. Some others still stuck at the airport in London because of that. Still, some people was not able to travel to London because of this new regulation. So, but we are here. We are here since many years now, 33 years. And as well, during the COVID, we was available all the time online, and this is great. As I said, today we have another workshop coming up with Latin America tonight, 6 o'clock my time. So another 2 hours with South American people, very great people from Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, Venezuela, and all the rest of South America. And tomorrow morning we start 4 o'clock with China, and we will introduce again the presentation that we had today from Winchester. So we will inform them about Winchester University, about Xenophon College London, logically. So we will as well record part of the workshop we had today. So we will use this for tonight and tomorrow morning, and then more agent. Today is only Monday. We have more workshop during the week. You know, this is business, and we are a business company. All of you, I'm looking forward to work with all the agents, and thank you very much to everyone again online who was here. It's more than 2 hours. Thank you very much to join me. Good health, good business, and do not hesitate to contact me or one of my staff around the world.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Grazie mille, Richard.
Take care.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Bye to everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.